for Mustang Sally in the hands of Stephen Johnson to get the jump. Waiting on the green flag. There it is.
There it goes.
And look at the start from Silly. Jumps to the left of a fellow Pro-Am driver. And he might just get the set up towards turn one. No, the Victoriana's got the guts to get that done, but Stephen Johnson locks the fronts. Just gets that car stopped. JB wants to go the long way. Richards in the Javelin goes wide. And look at that with Miki getting some grip. It just shovels John Bowe out the way. And he's now up into second. JB goes back to four.
You can see there, John Bowe had to do the late break around the outside. It's always a brave move around the outside of Andrew Badecki, but...
Oh, big moment for Bill Pye in the background.
This is not good.
Oh, no. Heavy contact with the ball. Mark King's involved too. And there goes one of the Monaros hard into the wall. That was a nasty impact. It's Treloar who's parked it right side into the fence.
It's Bill Pye's Camaro, isn't it? That's hard into the concrete wall. We've taken away, though, over the last couple of years, those tyre bundles and put these Armco fences and concrete walls on the edge there, which stops the cars rolling over, but certainly a lot of damage to Bill Pye's car there. So we're going to have to bring the safety car out there, I would expect, and recover that vehicle.
Good news is medical car, thanks to Lexus, is on the scene, and Bill is getting himself out of that car on his lonesome. Treloar still trying to make his way back, and finally the safety car boards are shown, and we'll have the field paced now with the Mustang out front. There's some smoke in the background as well. Wouldn't be surprised if there's more damage back in the pack, because it looked to me that Bill Pye potentially hooked the curb by the smokes off King's car. Pye got crooked on the curbs, not sure if he was helped or not, and it saw him go spearing straight across in front of half of the pack in that Bob Jane replica style Z1 Camaro.
We've seen a lot of accidents in that part of the first lap, or the opening lap over the years. It's always difficult when you go through there. This is a great onboard shot of the start.
So we're riding on board with Steve Mason here. He's patient, patient, patient. They all kind of fanned out. King went up the inside of a couple. We'll follow this the whole way through to figure out how this all started.
So Leo Tobin, HQ Monaro right there in front of him, in front of Steve Mason. So hopefully we get a good view of what's going on. But as you can see, they're going to come out of this corner 2 and sometimes 3 wide. And you've got to funnel up through turns 2 and 3, which tends to be a little bit awkward with cars that are 3 wide. And you start running out of road real quick. Just up ahead of us here.
There's dust. There's lockups. Oh, did Abel Neisser actually avoid that? If he did, that's a miracle drive.
Because the shot from behind. See, it looks like Bill Pye actually a little bit out in the wide. He's come across that curb.
Oh, he jumped on the brakes because he caught Tony Kay quicker than he thought he would. Tags King, and then just goes straight on into that fence. There goes Treloar. Oh, that was actually a pretty nasty hit. Very blunt impact, that one.
And you got a bit of help there for Albanese's Falcon. So just a lot of cars in there trying to find their way through. You can see Bill Pye, he's used a bit more road than he could. Contact, cars everywhere. Spun Mark King round and a little bit of damage to his car. But the good news is that our drivers are all okay and out of the car. So under safety car conditions, give those tyres a chance to just slowly come up to temperature and be ready to start racing again in a couple of laps' time.
A beautiful, well, that's actually another angle of it. Looking back at it, goes to show you the speed that they were doing when King got turned around and how hard that Camaro went into the fence.
Well, JB, the Bowe-Johnson rivalry on the front row again, it's been quite a talking point, but you must be loving racing, Stevie J.
Well, honestly, yesterday it was quite like a funny experience because, I mean, the car, Mustang Sally's mine, and he's like my kid, really. He's sort of like a son to me in an unusual way, and watching him drive and watching the car, and, you know, like it's almost distracting. So what I'm going to try and do is get in front of him so then I don't have to watch him.
Yeah, what is in store in this race and what's the strategy? Obviously your car's better than his in some parts of the track.
Yeah, but his is better than mine in other parts, so there's not much difference. And obviously Andrew Badecki, I just noticed he's got 2 new right-hand side tyres, so I don't know where he got them from, but that's obviously an advantage.
Well, good luck, JB.
Okay, thanks.
Interesting, and it would explain Badecki's early race form. So caution flag out, commonly known as the safety car in Australia, because the ZL1 Camaro was in the fence for Bill Pye, and it's on the flatbed now. So we should be back to racing very shortly. The Lexus safety car pacing the field, and that is just such a cool shot. Shows the old retro livery on the helmet for Stephen Johnson, and also that old school Shell race suit, which he sported last year at Bathurst. Looks like we're good to go because the lights are out in the safety car, And it's time to stretch the legs of Mustang Sally down that big, long front straight.
It's critical now to try and get a good run onto the straight. The green flags will go when the safety car's out of the way, and they'll be able to continue and get on racing. So John Bower there, he's sitting a little bit back in 4th place behind Gavin Bullis, who is our current championship leader.
It's such a tight points championship battle, this one, between those guys. Out of the last corner we go. Time to pick up the speed. It's the green flag waves, and that is an excellent restart for Stephen Johnson. He has gapped him. He's out of there. Miedeke likes to run nice and wide over there. I've seen him doing that in yesterday's races as well.
Yeah, it's a strange line. I've never seen anyone else do that one, but Andrew manages to find a little bit of racetrack that no one else uses. You can see John Bower there. He's closing in on Gavin Bullis, but the big engines in front of JB there. That Tirana was so good around the circuit of Winton.
Oh, here we go.
Tight, nimble, a good under brakes, and you can see here is a good example up the inside.
Yeah, he's a good, what, 150 kilos lighter, even after they've strapped some weight onto that car. So using the weight advantage and short wheelbase as well to his advantage under brakes.
You see when he turns the car in early, JB there, it gets into the apex. He's able to rotate the car and get good drive off the corner. These bigger cars are a bit slow on the way in, and they're a bit hard to get the car to turn. Very heavy in the front. Tirana's so well balanced. That's why it's really strong around these parts of the circuit. But you get to that straight line, and Mustang Sally, she opens up, and away she goes.
There's Tilly in the background, trying to close up. And he's running a 6-cylinder motor. I just love you can actually pick when the 6-cylinder pacer comes by. Down under brakes. Crick desperate to pick up some spots after a bit of a howler yesterday.
Trying to recover through the field. You know, you had that little bit of spin yesterday. Found himself out doing donuts in the grass and able to come back. Always a consistent front runner, Greg Crick, in his car. So and does a great job. Jimmy Richards up the inside now. Gavin Bullis gives him room. Good, clean racing there. You can see Jimmy having a bit of a go now. Jason Grobisel behind Gavin Bullis. It looks like Bullis is actually slowing a little. He's certainly not keeping up the pace in those first couple of laps.
I'm actually starting to see a little bit of smoke coming from underneath the Rain City Mustang. The 2-time series champ might have a similar problem to yesterday. There it is. Now, it knocked an oil line off it towards the end of the race yesterday, which is why we saw all the smoke. Similar thing happened in Tasmania. He very nearly cooked the motor, and he's not going to be able to get home from here if that has the same issue once again. Just too many laps left. He'll really cook it if he tries to get home in these conditions.
Well, eventually it will run out of smoke and oil, but that's not good. It looks like it just blew up underneath the car as it went past there. There's a big flash of flame from under the car, and I suspect it's in a lot of trouble now.
What a shame for Gavin Bullis. Our championship leader pulls over at the end of the front straight, and Andrew Miedeke will now resume the points lead. It's just been fascinating all season long. Whoever manages to get their way to the top of the points is just instantly hit with troubles. It's been incredible how often it's been happening. Miedeke took the points lead from Adelaide to Tasmania. Bang, had troubles, had to do a motor change. Abel Nisa took it off him. He had issues as well. It's a bit of a poison chalice. The points lead in NZ Touring Car Masters so far in 2015. And with all these guys falling off the road like this, you watch. John Bower spent round 2 of the championship in Fiji. He might just win this yet.
There's a good chance he'll still come back at this, because obviously that car's got some great pace. He's had a lot of success at Winton, scoring good points here. There's Gavin Bullis' car parked at the entrance to turn 1, right down the end of the straight, and he's managed to get it out of the way.
So he's going to stay there. This will mean a local yellow for this part of the track. And he's going to do a hop, skip and a jump. Again, there's Miedeke taking that extremely unusual line out across the pit exit. And if anything, just opening the door up for JB.
Well, I was going to say, but unfortunately, these guys are now under yellow flag conditions. So even if JB had a chance there, he can't pass under yellow flags. He has to wait to the green flag and then resume racing, and there's the green flag. So with that car parked on the right-hand side, it's taken out a passing opportunity. But I think JB, you'd have to say he's looking quite strong, and he'll try and find another way through.
Stephen Johnson also won the non-championship race in Tasmania to make it 4 from 4 there. He won the first race here, so make that 5 straight, if you will. And at the moment, with Miedeke keeping John Bower at bay, it's looking very good for Mustang Sally. Let's ride on board with him. He's been driving so smoothly this weekend. Love the sound of this car when it downshifts. Bit of limiter there. Patience through turn 14. Bit of exit curb. And you can barely even see the cars in the mirror. Fourth gear, that's top gear. And he'll be on his way to about 260, 270 k's per hour before he gets over to where Gavin Bullis is.
I've got to tell you, that's almost about supercar speed as well, down the front straight. These things are fast. It's good to watch Stevie J there at the wheel. He's, you can see the quality of driver. He's very patient on the wheel. He's waiting. He's letting the tyre do the work. And that's where he's getting the pace from. You see John Bowe still harassing the back of Andrew Radecki. Andrew Radecki with, well, John Bowe reported 2 new tyres. And it's not really helping that much at the moment as JB's the... so, oh, a bit of contact. No, we're clear. So he's certainly the car to beat out there at the moment.
JB was known for one thing in the Australian Touring Car Championship, and that was for being probably the hardest guy to pass. Now let's see if Andrew Radecki can harness some of JB's skills here and hold him back for the better part of just a lap that's left in this race. We want to go this time by. Oh, Radecki almost struggled for a bit of turn in there. JB's all over him, isn't he? The problem is he's just not got the power down the front straight to pull even with him. It's a good exit. Oh, he washed up a little
close. Bit. He hurt his exit a little bit there, but again, we've got that problem. If he can get the toe, he's then got to try and line up in the yellow flag zone. But as you can see there, that little bit of hesitation has cost him a lot down the front straight. He's not going to be close enough at this one. If he can get it right, it creates an opportunity as the yellow flags have been pulled in. So that means we can, everyone has the chance to race down to turn 1. Now this is JB's best chance up into turn 5.
That was quite smart from Radecki. He saw that the yellow wasn't there and actually went a little bit defensive, but this could very well be JB's last hope. Will Radecki park it on the right-hand side? He'll sit dead smack in the middle. And that means that the Tirana wants to go the long way. Fair play, JB, but that was asking a lot of the new Tirana.
One of the problems we've seen here this weekend, anyone that gets off the racing line runs a little bit wide, the grip deteriorates very quickly. So online, the grip's very high. They try and go around the outside. You haven't got the grip to hang in there. He had a go, but that's probably given his top 2 chance away.
Final section of corners. Has JB got anything left? Maybe a surprise attack at turn 14. Oh, he's going to go for it. He sticks the nose in there, and there's contact, but it's minimal.
In there. No, he's not. Didn't get there.
Gee, that was a good race. And Mr. Unbeatable, Stephen Johnson, goes perfect once again. Lovely work for pace for Wilson Security, and a little bit of a Sebastian Vettel fist pump as well. And that is lovely stuff from Mustang Sally. JB relegated back to 3rd in a great race with Andrew Radecki. Some cagey stuff in the last lap. Thoroughly enjoyable. Window net down.
John Bowe's in trouble now. He's put a scratch on that beautiful Tirana, so no good at all. But it was all Stephen Johnson at the front. He's done it again, 6 races in a row.
Very impressive. Radecki, though, doing a good job in taking the championship lead now from Gavin Bullis. Jim Richards stayed out of trouble. He'll come home for 4th. And there is the stranded Bullis, along with the damaged cars of Treloar and Bill Pye for that nasty lap 1 crash.